poised to bring credibility to the online space in Nigeria. The Online Publishers Association of Nigeria was formally launched today here at Proprietors Hotel, Ikoyi. It brought together stakeholders in the public and private sector who came to engage on what this new initiative will bring to online publishing in Nigeria. The president of the OPA, Mr. Olufemi Awoyemi, gave insight into the imperative for standards in online publishing.
Online publishing says it is the process, the keyword, the process. That means you must have some form of some rules, some guidance around what you do. The process of publishing original content. Using what? Best practice journalism.
The keynote by Mrs.Juliet, Ehimuan-Chiazor, country manager Google Nigeria, was clear on online protection and looking at the Nigerian space.
It's important to make sure our digital assets are well optimized. We need to leverage data and insights to do it properly so that you're not flying blind. You know exactly what's working. You know where your users are coming from. You're listening to the comments that they're posting. You know what the feedback is. You know, you have very rich data to work with. And it's really an opportunity to increase consumer engagement, secondary commentary, and really look at taking the overall customer experience to another level and expanding the various ways we leverage the richness that we have as publishing organizations to make that available to the user.
We also had various presentations from resource persons and notable players in the media and online space at the event.
Journalism entails a high degree of public trust. To earn and maintain this trust, it is normally imperative. It is morally imperative for every journalist and every news medium to observe the highest professional and ethical standards. In the exercise of these duties, a journalist should always have a healthy regard for public interest.
How do you differentiate yourself? You ask yourself what you really are. You are a journalist. So you go back to the old-fashioned way of doing journalism. Check your facts and speak the truth. So if you publish the truth, if you publish facts, if you set the right agenda, then you build the right brand online.
Principal actors and resource persons speak further on the essence and value of the OPA launch.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It's not just a launch in the sense of a launch. It's one that's also been educative, one that's also been impacting, because I picked up information here that, normally you'd go to a launch and you just think, okay, you just have this very small launch event and that's the end of it.
I think the Interior Ministry it's very glad for this launching, because I think the internal security right now, the architecture cannot be built without communication. And communication now largely has moved on to the online platform. So there's going to be a lot of collaboration between the ministry and the online association so that we'll be able to effectively police the country and be able to respond to whatever situation that might arise coming directly from the people.
We all know that this is the future of journalism all over the world. So for me, as an image maker of a state and as a practitioner, this is the best that can happen at this time.
I'm delighted that, OPA is being launched today. It's something that we've always advocated for. So it is to our delight that discussion years ago has come to fruition today with the launch of the association.
So Google is very committed to supporting efforts that will build the online ecosystem. That's been our mandate in Nigeria, and that's the work we've been doing. And so we're very happy to support OPAN with training, conversations around digital, embracing digital, optimizing digital assets, monetizing your digital assets, best practices, and all that. So we're fully committed to provide that level of support to ensure that OPAN members can be successful online.
The OPA itself is unique in its sense, in that at this time that it's coming, it's a time when online content really has to be regulated, because like one of the speakers said, anybody can blog anybody can write, anybody can post content. But what we're trying to do is to standardize content and also add some professionalism to it. Yes, you're a journalist. Why don't you write, with ethics of the profession? So with the launch of OPAN, we're hoping to standardize this process, standardize content, standardize delivery, and do the most important thing, which is upholding the trust that the public puts on journalists. So OPN is a fantastic idea, trust me.
It is also left for the people to be responsible themselves. And as such, when you therefore have an association like this, it is incumbent upon the association to make sure that its members are responsible. Now, if government were to go beyond that to say it wants to pass a law, I would think that would be ill-advised of them. Just the same way as even those of us who are practicing self-regulation would understand that it is a regulation based on the fact that we understand that there are minimum levels. And if you follow proper journalism, there are ethics, and then processes which you normally go through to verify, validate, make sure your story is fair, and you follow due process. There's also times when you haven't done all that, you are expected to exercise discretion. All those things are done by well-trained journalists and editors.
Basically, what we have done today is launch OPAN, which will provide training for everyone who wants to be an online journalist. Capacity building for everyone and all that. And by the time we're done with our trainings and all that, people will actually say, you don't just put our information there, it has to be factual, it has to be accurate. You see, there's a saying in journalism, he who alleges must prove. If I say you're a thief, I must be able to prove that you're a thief. That's what we're trying to teach people in journalism. You don't just write, you must be able to prove what you have written. Okay? And our slogan goes, representing the highest standards of online journalism. That's what we're here for. And the whole Nigeria has embraced it.
Professionalism, standards, and ethics are required and in dire need in the online publishing space. With the OPA launch today, we can expect that this will be set in motion to bring that required credibility